Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Take 3. It's a brand new podcast where myself, Will Gardner, and my two acquaintances, Connor and Liv, we take a film that means a lot to at least one of us, and we look at the cast and see if it was made in a modern era time, if it was made now, who would we cast in it to create those new roles and kind of bring the film back to life? Now, first of all, Connor, Liv, how you guys doing?
Good. Yeah.
Very excited for our new podcast.
Ready to hear whatever crazy suggestions Connor came up with.
And do some recasting.
So, for a bit of context, Connor, what's your relationship with film in general?
Very little. I'm not very into films as much as you guys are. I watch a good film every now and again. Just I'm impartial, I guess.
I think that's fair. Like, of the three of us, you're probably the one with the least amount of knowledge.
I'm just surprised you guys asked me to do this podcast with you. Basically,
just happy to. You won a fan award. Like, we ran a competition, you won, and now you get to be on the podcast.
No, I legit think I know why I'm on the podcast. It's because me and Will tried to recast The Office just because we were bored one day, and I feel like you guys feel bad about stealing the idea, and that is why I'm sat right here, so you can feel morally right about having this podcast.
That's definitely not what happened. He told me about The Office, which then sparked a debate between us two. And I was like, you cast it wrong. And then we started talking about it. And then when we were doing the podcast, I messaged Will and I was like, look, I think this would be really funny, but you got to bring Connor on board because he would just make it so funny and it's your original idea. So yes, technically you are here for legal reasons.
The lawyers suggested that we let you sit.
I can't say because a red dot might appear on my chest, but basically, yeah, you're here for a specific reason.
So for this first episode, we are recording this in the middle of December, so Christmas is around the corner for all three of us. Mm-hmm. So we decided to start with a Christmas movie. It's fair to say, I think, of the three of us, probably Liv, you're the most attached to this movie.
Yeah.
So do you want to introduce it, talk about it, when you first watch it, all that stuff?
Okay. We are going to be recasting the film The Holiday, which is a 2006 romantic comedy by what's her name? Nancy Myers.
A better podcast would have researched this before.
No, it's
Nancy Myers. It is Nancy Myers.
I know I'm good to believe in myself.
It is Nancy Myers.
Starring Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, and Jude Law, as you can see on the lovely screen. And also Eli Wallach as Arthur and Hannah, go down. Rufus Sewell as Jasper and kids. We didn't want to say names. And it's basically this great film about an American girl and a British girl who switch homes for Christmas or for the holidays. And yeah, it's just this kind of feel-good Christmas movie. The English girl sort of meets a guy over there, the American guy over there, so Kate Winslet meets Jack Black, and Cameron Diaz meets Jude Law, who is in fact Kate Winslet's brother. So it's this really nice kind of crossover. And it's just this nice story about two people who are in two different phases, I guess, of a relationship and both experiencing the holidays as well. I would say single, but as you can see, they meet two people. So yeah.
Is it your go-to Christmas movie?
That is a good question. I asked myself that today. No, not since last year.
You only have one go-to Christmas movie.
Well, no, I think my favorite Christmas movie is Miracle on 34th Street. But if I'm going to throw a Christmas film on, it's definitely this one. But I've not done that this year. I've watched Klaus twice. I love Klaus. That's a great film. So, but I do love this film. Like, I know every word. I quoted it in the car, literally like an hour before this podcast.
Connor, we're not going to ask you what your favorite Christmas movie is because I feel like at some point we're going to do it. So
It came up on my Disney recommendation the other day. It was like, do you want to watch the Christmas collection? And then I saw it and I was like, somewhere Connor is.
Let's try and withhold it from the podcast for as long as possible.
Yeah, we've really got to build it up. That will be ambitious, but that will be like, we'll build it up for 99 episodes, and then episode 100 of this podcast is finally Connor's Christmas movie.
And you really do have to build it up because of how crap it is. So we'll build it up just for you, Connor.
Hard to defend it if I'm not allowed to say the name.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. We're 99 episodes away from you being able to defend it.
Hold it in.
Start writing now, and you have your argument ready. So I guess the way we're going to do this is we'll go sort of actor or actress by one at a time. We've all kind of had a brief thought about what we
brief being a key word,
so we can come in and have this debate and ultimately come up with hopefully the perfect new cast. Now,
and we have to agree on a cast, right? So we're going to debate or bring someone to the table, and then. And I just want to check because we never actually clarified it, and I didn't want to message you guys because I knew that it would come with an eye roll from Will. Like, of course she's doing it wrong. When we cast someone, it has to be now, right? Like, I can't say, oh, I really think this actress from the 90s would have done the role right? And Kate Hudson's off my list.
Yeah, sorry. Because that kind of defeats the point of if we do a movie from the 90s and say I would have cast Figgy from the 90s, like we're talking about if it's being remade now, sometimes we might we've talked about maybe doing alternative versions of recasting, but for now let's keep it to we're casting it now.
You can explain to Kate Hudson why she got cut, right?
I don't know who Kate Hudson is.
What?
Right. No, that's going to be a theme. Connor doesn't know names. Poor people. Connor, have you seen this movie?
When I see their faces, I know them. Oh no, I don't know who Kate Hudson is. I just saw her face. I have seen this movie. I thought I hadn't seen this movie, but then when I was doing, I didn't do research, but like I was looking. I mean, you could see that I got these screenshots for the board. I realized I have seen the movie. I've got regressed images in my mind of having seen this movie. I can see like Jude Law talking to Cameron Diaz in some sort of like cabin thing. And then I can see Jack Black talking to, I think it was Kate Winslet on a driveway. That's all I can remember from this film.
Yeah.
That's 90% of the movie. So
I think I made you watch it when we lived together in first year.
Yeah, it's not a film that would normally interest me, so I might have not really absorbed much.
Yeah, I think me and Cloud forced you to watch it.
Yeah, but I tried my best, so that's all that counts, right?
Yeah.
Right, so shall we start with Kate Winslet / Iris?
Yes.
So the character Iris she works for a newspaper, I want to say. Is that right? Book.
Yeah, she works for the Sunday Times.
Sure. And sort of coming into the movie, she's been in a kind of toxic relationship with Jasper, and decides she needs to get away, so exchange houses to move to America. So we were kind of looking for an actress who we thought could portray that, and also it is a rom-com, so we're kind of looking for someone who can go to that genre. Liv, who did you have for?
Well, I want to hear you had first. You go first.
So my suggestion that I'm bringing to the table, my corner, is for Kate Winslet, I would like to replace her with Keira Knightley. Right, but judging by Liv's face, I'm going to have a hard time battling this, but
I just can't take her serious with the way she talks. Okay.
Connor, who are you bringing to the table?
Okay, so I think the issue might. I just realized an issue we might have, right? I've gone for a bit of a younger cast, I would say.
I've gone for a younger cast.
Yeah,
I've gone for a younger person.
I'm if we start mix matching people, they might be different ages, but we'll see how we go.
But we can always then switch people out because we might get a few down. Go, that person's definite. That one has to change.
So I wanted to cast, and this might be wrong. Wait, let me see. I can't say her name. I've seen her.
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan, yes.
Saoirse. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The disappointment in Liv's voice.
I wouldn't see her as a British character, even though I know she's Irish. But
well, she doesn't have to be British in the film, right? Or
very true.
No, true. Yeah, just most Americans do terrible British accents, but
no, but as in like, if we're remaking a movie, it could always be an exchange between two like opposite states of America.
The Chinese.
No, I know.
English. Okay, I have a list. I'm now looking at my list based off what you two picked.
Pick one.
And all right, Connor, I'm going to go with Gemma Chan. I thought she could play a good sort of British.
Liv's one.
Oh.
What a game.
Sorry, Connor. I'm already in Liv's corner with this.
What's Gemma Chan been
Will just threw his own campaign and Gemma Chan was in Humans. She's in the new Eternals film for Marvel.
Okay.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, that's where I know from. Crazy Rich
British actress. Yeah.
One of my picks for to replace Cameron Diaz was Constance Wu.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I wanted to bring it's a very old white cast. I was like, I want to mix it up a little bit. And Gemma Chan I think she's a great actress. So.
And she's proven she can do sort of the romance side before. Certainly in Crazy Rich Asians, and in the TV show Humans, which kind of made her name.
I think you'll see, I don't know if you've watched it. She was in Eternals as well. She did obviously the romance side of that. And I think people will see more of what she can do the second Crazy Rich Asians film, because the second book is way more on her character and being with a new boyfriend and stuff. So yeah.
So
do you want to try?
Who do we pick?
Do you want to try and defend Saoirse Ronan, or
do you want to make a case for the actress you don't know?
I saw her in a film where she played some kind of Catholic lady, and she fell in love with this guy in New York, and it was a pretty good film. I surprisingly enjoyed it. I remember her on a typewriter at one point. Girl can act from my perspective, so
I think Saoirse Ronan could listen to this podcast herself, hear that description of her own movie and go, what?
Basically, all I know is that Kate Winslet is quite I see her as quite not uptight, but quite formal. Like she's not like Cameron Diaz, right? She's not like a rebel. And in my eyes, Saoirse Ronan is similar in character to that in it. Maybe, I don't know. So that's the only defending I will do.
I would say in terms of that point, I would say that works more for Keira Knightley than it does Saoirse Ronan, and it also works for Gemma Chan. They all could do that, but I do think Gemma Chan's the choice personally.
Okay, I'm happy with that because I liked her in Crazy Rich Asians. So
there you go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Let's do Gemma Chan. This is now when you add a little. We need a little sound effect, but when they get picked up, way.
Connor, didn't you already make a list on the other side to put her?
Yeah, I was going to say, Connor, did you make a list?
Yes, you totally
Connor realizing he's like, oh my god.
You're totally right.
I think put it in the box that says it.
Gemma Chan.
Oh, okay. That's better. Gemma Chan, the new Iris.
Okay. There we go. Right, shall we move on to Cameron Diaz?
Yeah, I don't have many for this.
Well, I went first last time, so Connor, you're up.
Yeah, I don't have lists, by the way. I'm picking one per person.
Yeah. No, so do I.
So this one is the most I feel out there out of all the ones I've done. Most so. This one I picked Christian Stewart.
Okay.
because I saw her in Charlie Angels, and I feel like even though it wasn't a good film, I think she could do it. I don't know why. I feel like she could, because what I remember is that she was a little bit like brattish. Am I right in saying that? Like brattish, like no, maybe not. Okay, I'm going off of two screenshots I have in my head. I just thought Christian Stewart might be able to be
So
like Cameron Diaz, like feisty. If you know
just
what I mean.
just to help you out, Con. Amanda's
Yeah.
like a hardworking. She makes trailers for movies. That's the character's job,
Damn.
and she finds out her partner cheated on her. That's how the movie starts. That
Okay.
her partner's had an affair, and that's why she wants to move across. So she's not bratty or anything. She's just always been very career focused and has always like that's been her goal, and now she's kind of going against the grain of that and moving and taking an actual break. Is that about right, Liv? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay,
And I think Kristen Stewart gets a lot of hate, but I don't think she's bad. She's
What a review.
I don't think she's bad. 3 stars from Liv. No, I think she's
I'm
good.
holding true then. I'll stick with Christian Stewart.
Mhm.
Okay, so Christian Stewart, it's a bit of a left ball choice, but why not? Liv, who did you pick for Amanda?
Okay, I went for Zazie Beetz. I think that's how you say her name. I've only seen her in Deadpool and a smaller sort of budget film, but I really like her. I think she has a good energy that will be, brought to Amanda. Oh, actually, no, I saw her in The Joker as well with Joker and Phoenix, is it called? And she was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so but yeah, I think she'd be a good one. So.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like yours is going to be the strongest one. How do you feel that?
I don't know, because basically, my partner Aggie finds it quite funny that I really like this actress, and everything I've seen her in, I've always been like, oh my gosh, she's so great. So my choice for this is Florence Pugh.
I had Florence Pugh on my list.
Of Little Women, another MCU actor like Gemma Chan, and just I think she can do the comedy side of it. She can do the dramatic side of it. She's got that almost slightly chaotic energy that Cameron Diaz brought to the role as well. So yeah, Florence Pugh is my choice for that.
Sold.
I'm not personally. I'm not as familiar with Zazie Beetz. I have seen her in Deadpool, but that's it. I've not watched Joker or
she's a good actress.
The other one you mentioned. So
I
can't speak to her as much.
Yeah, I like the Florence Pugh one a lot. I had her on my list for Iris.
Oh, okay.
But then I had her next to Daisy Ridley as well, actually, for Iris. And then I was like, I didn't want to say Daisy Ridley because I knew Connor would just go, yes. But I didn't even maybe she's too young next to Gemma Chan. And it's like a really big age gap because Florence Pugh's watched nearly 24, 25. Yeah. I do really like her, and she's a really good actress.
Yeah. Con, what do you think? Do you know much about either of our two options?
I like Zazie because I've seen her in Deadpool. Don't know who this lady is that you've chosen, Will. But
she's like the new Black Widow. She's taken over.
Have you not seen the new Black Widow film with Scarlett Johansson?
No, I haven't seen that. No. Oh, I heard she was good though. Actually, is she the one that does loads of different accents in loads of different films?
No, that's Jodie Comer. I'll
Ah.
tell you what, now that you said Jodie Comer, I'm like, damn, why didn't any of us write Jodie Comer down? Although I couldn't see her playing the American.
Yeah, no. So I feel like we just automatically dismissed Kristen Stewart because it was Connor's choice.
I just see Kristen Stewart and I see Bella from Twilight.
They might want to rewrite them as vampires.
Maybe
have like a vampire holiday.
Hey, you never know. But yeah, I think Florence Pugh. I mean, obviously I do. She was my pick, but
yeah.
I'm happy to go anywhere. Liv, are you willing to waver?
Basically, it's if me and Liv agree, fine. If we disagree, Connor just picks.
Yeah,
I agree. I was just feel like we didn't do that well in that round, coming up with strong ones, but Florence Pugh is the best out of those three. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, we're going Florence.
Maybe it's like the lucky spot. If your character goes on the end, it seems to be the one with it.
So now we're moving on to the other two leads, the male leads. So the first one is Graham, who is Iris's brother. For context, he is a single father of two. When Amanda first meets him, he's very drunk, and but is a very like kind guy. He's I want to say he's a widow. Yes, Liv?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I thought he was like arrogant. I remember him being like the bad guy. I don't know why.
No, wrong guy.
So there are points where Amanda thinks he is, but no, he's they paint him as a good guy in this. Liv, who you got for Graham?
Look, I have a few, but I'm quite set on. Right, it's kind of between. I don't want to pick him for this reason. I liked Richard Madden. I thought he would do it well, but I'm like, oh, Liv now. I think I'm going to go with Taran Egerton. He's in Kingsman. If you've ever seen that. I know Connor's seen that film.
I know.
And I think he's a good. I had James Norton as well. I had a few that I went through, but I like Taran Egerton. I think he'd play that good sort of. But he's a great actor. I've seen him in so many things now. In Rocket Man.
He's definitely got a real range, doesn't he? Like
he really does, and I could see him playing that believable British. Like Connor's picked the worst picture of him. It's like a right goofball there.
Am I right in thinking that he's Welsh as well?
Yeah, he is Welsh.
Yep.
You got my
We
vote.
just picked an all like British caster.
He's in Eddie the Eagle as well. If that applies to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it shows he's got a real range though. Because Eddie Eagles are very specific. I mean, both Eddie the Eagle and Rocket Man, he had to play very specific. He really had to like immerse himself in the character, which shows his sort of range of talent.
He's good. He's really good. Let's say it was more between him and James Norton. He's a guy who's in a TV show called Happy Valley, and he's a very, very good actor. But I'm happy with Taran Egerton.
For me, it's funny you mentioned Richard Madden, because I was considering him, but then I went for in my head is the other one, which I went for Kit Harrington.
Well, that's I don't know if you can see my phone right, but my list literally says Kit Harrington. You see that? And Richard Madden.
Yeah.
And the only reason I didn't go for Richard Madden is because he's dating Gemma Chan in real life. They've been together a while, so I was like, and they're in a turn.
Who is together. Richard Madden or Kit Harrington?
Richard Madden.
Oh, okay.
They've been together for a while, so I was like, I'm not going to do the usual. Look at Kit.
Yeah. So Kit Harrington, fantastic actor, has shown the sort of romance side of things in both Game of Thrones and in the Eternals. It's a shame they're like all MCU actors so far, but then who hasn't been in a Marvel film at this point? And I've even seen him in like there was this Netflix show called Criminal, and he played such a different style of character in that TV show that I was like, wow, like fair enough. He can do comedy. He did this really weird special for HBO with Andy Samberg from like Lonely Island, where they were tennis players who played the longest match ever. It was like a 5-day match, and it was so silly. But again, he just played the character so well. So again, he's proven he can do romance and comedy. He's got that sort of Jude Law charm that he can put on a screen, like sort of that, I don't know, like clean look, I would say. The sort of gentleness of a dad that Jude Law shows in the movie as well, which is why I picked him.
the weird thing is his wife, Rose Leslie, was on my list for Cameron Diaz's character.
Oh, really?
Because I've seen her in The Good Fight and she's a very good actress. She does a great American accent. And I think she could play that silly, that headstrong American girl going to England. So it's kind of urgent.
Right, Connor, let's see what the third choice is.
Yeah, so I want to give some context before I give this one, okay? So I just want to remind you that I thought that this was like an arrogant, like bad guy, like, you know, more along the lines of like the bad guys in Home Alone than just like a nice guy.
Film did you think this was?
Also, I'm thinking Christmas film. Also, I didn't think like so I was thinking like, you know, like kind of trashy because it's like a Christmas film. Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't thinking like, you know, drama, like you need like those acting skills. So I just want to say that basically just to not get made fun of too much. Because I picked Nick Jonas. I just felt like that was the right choice. I think it might not be, now that I know more about the character. Thoughts? I like the other two better now, by the way, if that does anything.
You know what? Genuinely, I'm not that
you're not furious.
Much against Nick Jonas. Like what I've seen him in, I don't mind him. Like in Jumanji, he does his role fine. He was a villain in a few episodes of the Hawaii Five-0 reboot, where he was like a hacker. And again, in that, fine. He actually came across as quite menacing in that. So in terms of what you thought the Jude Law character was, I think that is a fairly good.
If you had to grade me.
Other than the fact he's not British.
So I get a C+.
Yeah. Like you passed. You're not going to university, but you passed. Right? Liv,
I'm happy with that.
Thoughts on Nick Jonas?
There was some effort there, Connor, but you shot, you missed.
Sometimes you just got to shoot your shot, and it doesn't.
I love Nick Jonas. I mean, I'll confess this on the podcast. I have a T-shirt that says Mrs. Nick Jonas. I did wear it to his tour in 2009. He doesn't have a place in our recast of The Holiday, but he's a great. I do like him as a singer. And he was very good in Jumanji. He did make me laugh. But yeah, I think. So,
between Taran Egerton, and Kit Harrington, where are we going?
Connor, do you want to weigh in on this first? Which one do you?
You're making
Unless you're so happy on Nick Jonas, you can't.
I'm definitely not happy with Nick Jonas. I do like these two. You're making me decide between a Welshman and better looking version of Connor. I think I want to. So I work with a lot of Americans for my job, and
just snorted my water.
Be careful what you say, Connor. Be careful what you say.
Americans hear my British accent, and they often think that I become a lookalike for Kit Harrington. So I've been called a Kit Harrington lookalike a couple of times in the last year.
So these Americans you talk to, they're blind, no? I'm joking. I can see it. I can kind of see it if I'm being honest. I can see it. Like
I see it in the hair. I see it in
the hair and the beard. Yeah.
I had longer hair. That's probably why. But no, I actually don't see it. So I've just been called it. I want to go for it's a tough one. I want to go for Taran Egerton. It's close.
I would agree with you as well. I think Taran Egerton.
Oh my god, guys! I voted Kit Harrington. Just because Kit was on my list as well. And I think. Oh, but he's going to be with Florence Pugh. Okay, I can't see Taran.
And I think it's almost too close to Jude Law. You want someone who will bring their own spin on the character. And I think Taran Egerton would bring an almost, I don't know, like not edgy, but a bit more of a whole performance to it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. And him and Gemma Chan, I think, work well as siblings. I think it'd be a nice pair.
Yeah. Right, we're on to Jack Black's character Miles.
Wait, I'm going to need to just cut that because I can't with Connor smirking when I said that. I'm sorry, wait. As soon as I said they work as siblings, I just saw Connor look at the screen and go, okay, I'm fine.
You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. Where do we go from?
Update, I just got added to my brother's stag do. That'll be fun.
I realised the other day we're going to have to organise you a stag do.
You do have to organise me a stag do.
Connor, can you help me? We're going to have to do that.
Both of you can do it.
I was raging at you that I couldn't organise your stag do, so this is big news to me.
Well, because, Liv's best man, your groomsman, and that.
I feel like it's like joint best man, because Connor, you're going to be expected to do everything with me. Because
it's a joint effort, really. It's just Liv will make the speech.
I figured if I was snubbed from best man, then I would get to organise the stag do. You're
not snubbed from best man.
Not snubbed.
What a horrible thing to say.
What I do want, Con, and I don't think I've spoken to you about this yet, and I have cleared this with Aggie. Just I want you to be MC at the wedding.
What, DJ?
No, that's different.
I'll DJ, sure.
I'm done.
I didn't know you were that cheap.
No. Let's make this clear. An MC announces things, so you'll be like, you'll get the microphone and go, okay, can everyone please make their way over to the hall?
Sick. Yeah, I can do that.
Sit down and eat. Please welcome Will and Aggie for the first dance, that kind of thing.
Facilitator.
Yeah.
That's why I do my job, yeah.
Master of ceremony.
Why did you just turn him into Dwight at the garden party?
Can I announce people as they walk in?
As long as you don't bring your trumpet, it's fine.
Sold.
Connor, are you up for doing that? I'm making you commit to it on the podcast.
Let's talk after the podcast. No. Yeah, of course. That sounds good.
Let's talk about salary and the details.
I'll send the invite.
Yeah, Connor, I thought you would have if not the most planning to do with the stag party.
We can collab. I'm just going to make it a lot more traditional.
Well,
that's exactly my fear.
But it's also why I need both of you. You need to.
It's a joint effort because I know Connor will be like, yeah, let's go to a strip club.
It'll be
traditional
steak.
Meanwhile, I was googling how do I make a city-wide escape room treasure hunt.
I won't let any of that stuff in.
Connor will be like, let's go for strippers and steak, and I'll be like, I'm a vegetarian. Let's go do a puzzle.
Not on your stag.
It's going to be that episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I'm Charles Boyle, and Connor's just going to be like, steak and strippers. Yeah, and be like, okay. It's going to be a whole thing.
So anyway, the holiday.
Yeah, sorry. Back on this. I think Gemma Chan and
Taran Egerton.
What's his name? Taran Egerton they play good siblings, I believe.
Yeah. So Jack Black playing Miles. Again, Connor, for your context, Miles when we first see him has a girlfriend. He works with Cameron Diaz's partner who cheated on her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And remind me, Liv, is it like his girlfriend leaves him or treats him badly or cheats?
She cheats on him.
She does cheat on him.
And he finds out when he gets close with, basically, he's friends / works with Cameron Diaz's ex. And so he comes around to the house when Kate Winslet is living there to pick up some of this guy's stuff, his friend's stuff. And then they meet, they get close, they kind of become friends. And then when they're at a movie store, as you can see here in this still, one night, he sees the girl that he's been dating is with someone else when she told him she was like away shooting on a movie or something. So yeah.
But he's a very kind man, very
Lovely.
I'm gonna treat it
down
as
to earth.
the bird
Not
watching guy.
he's not the
bird
Jack
watching
Black.
film. No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm the bird watching film. What's it called?
The Big Year.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that Jack Black.
Yeah, no, that's not far off.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's not far off.
That's what I got off of the one screenshot that was in my head.
Yeah.
Of him on the driveway.
So do you want to go first, Con? Who did you have down?
Yes. So I was thinking, is the whole point of him that he's kind of a underdog for trying to get Kate Winslet to fall in love with him? Is that part of it or not?
No, she's pretty like.
Yeah.
She's not like vain or anything. Yeah. So
okay. So I went for. Oh god, I can't see it on my notes now. Okay. Jacob Batalon from the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, okay. His friend Ned, yeah?
Yeah, Ned from the Spider-Man movies. Okay. I just thought like he seems like he could be a comedy actor from the Ned stuff, and he seems like he could be like sweet, which I think Jack Black is in this film. And then I feel like if he was in the MCU as a side character, then like he probably have a main role in like a Christmas movie, right? Like he's probably at that step in his career, maybe. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw him in there.
Fair enough. So my pick that I am not too happy with now. Because when I was
amazing pick.
So I'm going to say it, but then I'm also going to think and maybe replace him as we go. So originally on my list, I have down Jonah Hill, just because I thought he's kind of got sort of that sort of young, innocent face for it, even though he's a bit older now. And he's done comedies, he's done rom-coms, and he's proven himself to be a very, exceptional actor. So that's okay. That's not the that's not the best photo to show it, but yeah.
I think Connor purposely picks bad photos. Yeah. I'm convinced he's doing this now.
I'm not too happy with it, so I'm going to keep thinking while Liv talks about her choice. But yeah, that's who I had down.
Okay, I feel pretty good now about mine. The only thing I will say is what we've kind of done is that I think, because in the actual film, Iris's older brother is Jude Law. I think what we've kind of done is made it that like Iris and this character would be the older ones, and then like you'd have Florence Pugh. So I'm pretty happy with mine because I can see it with Gemma Chan. Adam Devine, who was Bumper in Pitch Perfect, and he's in Modern Family. I think he's got that comedy, cute kind of younger boy type of charm about him, and I think he could be funny in the role. Especially he could give that Jack Black sort of energy. It's exactly what he did in Pitch Perfect when he's very silly. And I saw him in a Netflix romance. I think it's called like.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Yeah, like How We Met or something. I don't know. I just think he could really do the role. And like, look at that smile. He could do the role just as kind of guy.
Is it the who's the Australian actress who does loads of comedies?
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, Rebel Wilson. I saw her in a Rebel Wilson film. The one with like Liam Hemsworth in.
Isn't this romantic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, isn't this romantic? I feel like he would be good for it. Like after seeing that film.
I can't remember what film it was, the one that I'm talking about. It had Alexis Thingy in the actress who's there. I can't remember.
Alexis Vikander.
Is that it? Alexis?
No, that's Alicia Vikander.
Adam Devine movies, let's say.
Is it the one where he keeps repeating the same
yes.
thing over and over because they
and
become
Mike and Dave
being friend zoned?
When We First Met, it's called.
Sure.
And he's really good in that. And I saw him in Mike and Dave Need a Wedding Day, which is very funny.
He's good in that, yeah.
So that was my
I'm happy with Adam Devine, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm as well.
Cool. That was easy.
My theory's right. If you're on the end, you're getting picked.
Yeah.
Apart from Nick. Sorry, Nick.
Nick was
quite happy looking at that cast, you know.
Yeah, like this movie should be made.
Remake it, Nancy.
So that's the main 4, but we kind of decided we wanted to do at least sort of 5 or 6 every movie or TV show we look at. So we decided to also kind of prepare for 2 side characters, sort of lesser characters within the movie. The first one is Eli Wallach, who plays Arthur. In the movie, Connor, for your context, Arthur is the next door neighbor of Cameron Diaz's house. So when Kate Winslet is over there, she like starts to hang out with him, and he's like a legend within Hollywood, a director or writer or something. And yeah, that's pretty much it to him, really, isn't it? I don't remember there being much of an arc or anything.
No, he kind of helps Iris discover that she's more a leading lady than a side character, which is how she sees herself in life, because she's essentially gone over to America to get over a guy who will be introduced in a second. And so she's like, he's still messaging her, and she meets this old man next door, and she sees that he needs help, you know, getting into his house and stuff. And they become friends, and it's this really sweet relationship. And he kind of teaches her that.
Nice if he teaches her how to be like a side character rather than a lead lady. You know, like tone down her
Tone
ego.
it down. Yeah. No, she's like really, I think she's like a bit insecure and stuff. So,
So I'll go first, as why not? So for this, I had Robert Duvall, just because I feel like he could really portray that sort of tough love to Iris, of like he's got that sweeter, sensitive side to him. He can pull it out, but he'd almost bring a tougher role to it than Eli Wallach did. So it'd be a slight change in terms of the character, but you know, a lot of it is Arthur kind of saying how much he hates the other people in the industry and he doesn't want to go to this award ceremony or whatever. And I think he could do that quite well. And I think he could do the sort of fed up, oh, come on, Iris, quite well as well. So that's why I went for Robert Duvall. Connor?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I don't know who he is. I went for so we were talking about Spider-Man's uncle when we last spoke. I know it wasn't on the podcast. So I researched him. Turns out he's dead. So I went for the next best thing. Spider-Man uncle in the Andrew Garfield films, who was filmed by Charlie Sheen's dad. He's in my notes somewhere. Martin Sheen, yeah. So I did it to sort of avenge Spider-Man's uncle, and to keep that Spider-Man theme going through it, because since I've got whatever his name is from Spider-Man before.
It was either Martin Sheen or Zendaya. One of them was going to be Arthur.
Well, this is the thing. I did think that I could actually go like you just get everyone from Spider-Man and just have them do like a fun Christmas film, right? Because Tom Hiddleston could play Jude Law, and then Zendaya could play Cameron Diaz. But I decided to tone it the hell down.
Do you think Tom Hiddleston's from the Spider-Man movies?
Oh God, no, that's Loki. Tom Holland,
right?
Correct? Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Martin Sheen is a brilliant actor. Brilliant.
Good. You picked a good one.
Almost a too big a name for the role. Almost.
Oh damn.
But then Robert Duvall's a big name anyway, so
it's his most well-renowned casting, the uncle from Spider-Man.
Yeah, apparently this budget for this film is £1 billion because we have to pay all these actors.
I mean, the original film got 4 bona fide stars, so why not us as well with our hypothetical movie? Come on, Liv. Don't talk us down before we've
What
met.
am I talking about? This is an imaginary movie with imaginary money. Who cares about the budget? Pay them all £1 billion.
No, Martin Sheen's probably best known for definitely The West Wing, which was a TV show he was on for like 7 seasons, where he played the president, which he was amazing in. But I mean, he's just one of those who's been in films over the years. He was in The Departed, one of my favorite films that I've made both of you watch.
I like the film. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
This,
I was there when you watched it.
I'm joking. You enjoyed it. I loved it.
It's possible you forgot that it was called The Departed. I don't know. Go on then, Liv. What was your choice?
I've gone in a completely different direction because you guys are like, I can see them being so heartfelt. And I was like, I need a small old man. I went for Danny DeVito.
That sounds like a Connor pick. But it was from
yeah. To be honest, earlier I thought Connor was going to say Danny DeVito for the Jack Black role.
You guys had some really low expectations, didn't you?
Honestly, Connor, I thought Adam Driver was going to get in every role.
Yeah.
I already know that I've gone so weak. I'm the Connor of the group. I think Michael Sheen has it for me.
Michael Sheen's a very different actor. Michael Sheen's
wait,
Welsh.
What's his name?
Martin Sheen. Michael Sheen is the he's got curly hair. He's from what's the Prime show with David Tennant?
Oh, I know. I mean,
Good Omens. He's the angel.
And he's in Twilight.
He is in Twilight. Yeah.
Classic, great film.
That's Michael Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Mm-hmm. He's got it for me because I just want to hug him. I know maybe I've got an emotional connection to him from being Uncle Ben. Yeah. That's got my vote.
I would still go for Robert Duvall 3, but because you two haven't heard of him and you both like Martin Sheen.
No, I've heard of Robert. I'm just like, I could just see him as that believable, nice character teaching Iris.
So is that love Martin Sheen?
Also, I think Connor picked a bad picture of it.
I won one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I genuinely thought that would never happen.
We need to write down the names because people are going to think I picked Danny DeVito. Okay, I'm happy.
Who's going to skip to the end just to look at the pictures and go, I wonder who pitched what?
No, I'm thinking when we have like 1 million podcast listeners and they go back to episode 1 and see how it all started, you know.
You're really manifesting.
They can't hear.
My friends.
To be retro listeners, to try and pretend like they were there before. They would listen to it before it was cool. When we're running the world in 2025.
Yeah, when robots are running us. Am I right?
Right. So, so the last, because I don't think we agreed we're not doing the kids because.
Yeah.
But they're the main characters.
Are they?
Yeah, the whole film is about these 2 children that Jude Law found under a bridge and has raised them.
The Holiday was actually a remake of The Parent Trap. They're the twins.
I don't think it's legal to find children under a bridge and raise them.
Ask your parents, Connor. They do.
Happens to me every Sunday.
You've got a whole.
So the last character is Jasper, played by Rufus Sewell in the original.
Rufus what?
Sewell. Who Connor, he's the one like sleeping with Kate Winslet at the start, but then like it starts with him proposing to another woman in front of her. So she's kind of like, oh wow, I've wasted the last however many years of my life with this guy who treats me like this. And then he tries to get her back later in the movie, even though he's still going to marry the other one. I think I've not watched it in a while.
He tries to convince her to come back, and even though he's still engaged, it's trash.
He's a very gaslight, toxic man.
Yeah.
Relatable.
So
Well.
I picked Connor for this.
That's all right. I don't have to act. I just play myself.
Liv, do you want to go first this time?
I really hate who I don't hate who I picked. I hate for how I'm going to be seen because of who I picked. I picked Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, that was my one.
I just
Oh,
feel
really?
like he could play that charming yet piss
Hmm.
you off type of guy that's gonna come to, like, just because you've seen him play Loki, where he's also kind of charming, you know he can do that role. And I actually saw him in a film with Elizabeth Olsen, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. And he played a musician, and she was his wife, and he just gaslights her through the whole damn film. And like, even his smile there, you can just see his smug little face. I really do like him turning up to, you know, Iris's house in LA and being like, oh, whoa, let's forget this nonsense. Come back to England with me. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm still engaged. I can just see it. So, but I do love him. I don't think he's a bad.
And then Connor, he was your choice as well.
He was. I two popped into my head. If I can make an alternative suggestion. So I have two choices, and you guys can pick which one my choice is. Okay. One popped into my head is Adam Driver because Liv said him a minute ago, and I just figured, hey, why not? The other choice is when Liv said the word gaslighting, it made me think of Ben Affleck from a film. Do you know what film I'm talking about?
Gone Girl.
Yeah. So which one out of those two do you want, guys, to be my pick?
I'd probably say Adam Driver.
Of the two, Adam Driver. Yeah.
Adam Driver, yeah. Okay.
Is this going to be a comedy podcast where Connor just casts people from Star Wars and Spider-Man?
Probably.
Well, I don't even like the Spider-Man movie.
I do think Adam Driver's a great actor, though. I've seen him in is it A Marriage Story with is it called Marriage Story?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah. Very, very good. And like, looking at his face now, I'm like, yeah, I believe you could play that gaslighting asshole that's going to show up and try and convince the girl she's being crazy.
Exactly.
So for me, again, I went a slightly different route because Rufus Sewell, he's a good actor, but he's essentially a British actor, not very well known in other places. That's kind of why he ended up with a small role. So I kind of wanted to not go for like a really, really big name. Still gone for a fairly big name, and definitely Liv would have heard of him. I don't know about Connor. But I went for Alex Pettifer.
He was on my list with Joe Alwyn, but I thought, a little bit too like young, but I didn't know his full age.
Well, because we've gone younger. Like Gemma Chan and Alex
Gemma
Pettifer
Chan's
can't
like 38.
Yeah, but Alex Pettifer can't be that young.
How old is he?
Look him
He's
up.
30.
Yeah.
That was a good choice. Yeah, he was, like I say, he was on my list.
But yeah, he he can definitely play the smarmy, arrogant type. So yeah, that was my choice. And he's not as you don't want a name that's going to eclipse the others, right?
I didn't take that into account. I was just casting based on actor in my fake little universe where I'm really
if you think about it, these two might be, at least box office, like revenue wise, like these could be the biggest two villains of the 2010s. So that is actually really like over casting. You're right.
So yeah, are we going Alex Pettifer?
I don't know who he is, but sure.
He played Alex Ryder in the Stormbreaker movie.
Nope.
You didn't watch that?
There's a really great film called I'm Number 4.
Yeah, I'm Number 4.
I'd be happy with him or
Wild
Tom
Child.
Hiddleston.
In Time with Justin Timberlake.
It's not going to hit.
I think we're all a bit, because like Connor just said, oh, Tom Hiddleston, and you're saying that's best. I actually think now that Connor's putting forward, I'm like, I could see Adam Driver in the role. I could.
Yeah, you bring a different
different
tact that Liv and I would never think of.
It is literally because Liv said him a minute ago that I put him in. But,
for me, it's Alex Pettifer.
But for me, I feel like this cast is looking almost so realistic, apart from the fact that we got Taran Egerton. Oh no, they don't date, do they?
No,
I feel like there's an age gap between these two.
no, Taran Egerton and Gemma Chan would be brother and sister, and then
Okay.
Florence
Right.
Pugh. Wait.
Yeah.
Taran Egerton, yeah, and then
then
Florence
Florence-
Pugh would date Adam Devine, which I can see.
No, Florence Pugh would date Taran Egerton.
Yes, and then Gemma Chan would date Adam Devine
Adam
again.
Devine.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I just can't see Alex Pettifer. Oh, maybe I could. I'm trying to imagine the scene where he goes to see her
Again,
in America and the Lynn
it could be
house.
like
Let the script
in terms
writers
of
sort that out.
within the newspaper agency, or whatever. He's like the young hotshot writer who's
They could introduce time travel to do the age differences.
he could really play up to that womanizer role. I'm going to keep pushing it because I do feel fairly passionate about it compared to the other two. I really don't think.
Okay.
I'm scared of overshadowing this cast, so yeah, I'm up for doing this, fella. Liv, are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'll go with it.
I'm worried about budget, guys. I don't think we can afford.
Somebody's got to think about the money.
Our imaginary monopoly
I'm the
money.
businessman of the group. I'm going to copy his name because I don't know how to spell it. Cool. That's our cast, guys. I was thinking, should we give a grade to our casts? Because we're not going to hit every cast correctly,
No,
right?
perfect,
As we go down, we're going to mismatch them with each other, like we were just sort of like concerned about. So I was thinking, do you guys want to give a grade to
Like on a scale of 1 to 10?
Or like a B plus? Or
Yeah, I was thinking like
okay.
B pluses and stuff. Unless you guys want to do out of 10.
I say that because I think it's kind of like a B plus. I think it could be more perfect. I feel like if we had more time, we'd maybe think of someone different for Miles, and Jasper as well. But in general, I think our stronger ones are Gemma Chan and Florence Pugh. I think they're.
I see in mine, I'm like, I think we could do better than Florence Pugh. Not better, but different from Florence Pugh. So yeah, let's go with B plus.
I think has it kind of worked out? We've got 2 each.
Do we? I only have one.
Because
I got 3.
Oh, okay. So 3, 2, 1. So Liv wins the first one.
Not a contest. It's group effort.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. And what about realism, guys? Do you reckon we could actually get these into a cast?
Yeah. Let's call them up. Sure.
I mean, not to question the integrity of any Hollywood actor, but I think as long as your check is big enough, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
For this script, like, because like they would read the script and it's a good movie. Like it's a good enough script.
Gemma Chan and Florence Pugh would be extremely hard to get right now. They are
That's true.
high in demand.
Very true.
Well deserved. So yeah, I'm looking at Florence Pugh and I'm like, I did like my suggestion, like I didn't say it, but Rose Leslie or Emma Stone.
Emma Stone was on my list as well.
Yeah, I could see Emma Stone in the American role just because you've seen her play in Crazy Stupid Love.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see her in that role. Of that girl who.
Well, it's too late now. It's locked in forever.
Done. We need like a clapper board, you know.
So that is The Holiday Take 3.
The kids died in our version, so.
Yeah, he's just a widow.
Connor's mystery recast. Did we rename this podcast?
No, Connor's now going to do his kooky cast.
This is Connor's mystery recast of the week. If this is a weekly podcast, we'll have to talk about that. This is the section where I'm going to get you guys to recast a role in the real world with an actor. Does that make sense?
So, for example, like recast Donald Trump.
Yeah, that would be recast the president of the United States.
Sure.
Yeah. So when I reveal this, I'll give some background to why I picked it, and you're gonna have to think off the top of your head who you're gonna replace this person with. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this episode Connor's mystery recast of the week is the Manchester United manager. Okay, now I picked this one because I thought you guys would have two different takes on this. Okay, so Will, I figured you'd have to pick the best manager you can think of, okay? Because you want them to win. Now, Liv, you're a Manchester City supporter. So for you want to pick the most incompetent person who really couldn't manage a football team to save their life. Okay, does that make sense?
Can we pick like a character? Like, could I be like, oh, Squidward from SpongeBob? Like, does it have to be an actual person?
I was going to ask the same thing to keep it within.
Oh, do you want to do characters?
We
do film characters, yeah.
You said cast an actor or character in the role of a real person. So I'm not going to pick a real football manager.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, if you guys want to do a character, yeah, let's do it that way then. Yeah,
I've got mine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Will, give me your one.
So mine is Jason Sudeikis. He plays Ted Lasso.
That's what I was going to pick.
No way. Because honestly, I would love to have him as Manchester United manager. I think in terms of that character, Ted Lasso, he's got the heart.
Are you picking him or are you picking the character Ted Lasso?
So depends. If we're picking characters, then yeah, Ted Lasso, obviously. If it has to be an actor, Jason Sudeikis is the closest to Ted Lasso because he's played him, so he can at least replicate him. But Ted Lasso is essentially my choice.
Good.
Okay.
Now I gotta.
Well, it's a bit on the nose because he is a football coach. Like the character he plays is a football coach.
You can pick him too, Liv, but you'd have to explain how he's going to do badly because I think Will's casting because he wants him to do well. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, in Ted Lasso, spoilers for Ted Lasso, he does get his club relegated. So,
I'm going to pick someone who would just be so incompetent and they would just like screw it up because they can't be told when they're doing something wrong.
Can I guess?
You won't guess it, but sure.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go with Nick Miller from New Girl. But
I think you're going to go Kevin Miller.
I think Nick Miller, though, you know what? Nick Miller went to my mind. He would have a moment where, like, Schmidt or someone would talk to him and then he'd be like, what are you doing, Nick? You know? And then Nick would be like, I'm going to be the best football coach I could ever be. Like, he would have his first energy. Yeah. I'm going to go with Alan from The Hangover because I feel like he's just, he's so bad. Because I always think of that scene where they try and give him, like, an intervention. And his cleaner is like, oh, Mr. Allen. And he's like, isn't there some dishes that need to be washed or something? So he just wouldn't listen to anyone. And like run you to the ground.
It's common for the football coach or manager to do like team bonding with the team. So I can imagine Alan taking them all to Vegas and losing Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. I'm going to go with him. I'm happy with that choice. Okay, that was a fun little Connor's mystery.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Out of the two, I think Ted Lasso would definitely do better. But obviously, you guys had different motives. I've not seen that one though. It seemed like it was like a comedy about him being a bad manager. So I'm a bit confused with that. But
it is. It starts as that because it's like he's been hired even though he knows nothing about football. He was an American football coach, successful, so he gets brought over. But it turns out it's basically saying his management techniques, his man management, and the way he is as a person, so open-minded that he just absorbs everything and he just slowly gets better and better and makes the team more together and more of a unit and stuff like that. It's such, I mean, I love Ted Lasso. I can talk about it for days and days and days, but it's such a heartwarming show. It's like, you can sit there and you just smile watching it.
Yep.
Believe.
Are you winning the lead with Ted Lasso, or is he a replacement for the rest of the season?
No. He's not Pep Guardiola. Let's
okay.
Or Jurgen Klopp or anything, but you know, he's gonna make me feel good, and that's at the end of the day, isn't that what football's all about? Okay, so I think that's everything for Take 3, Episode 1. I hope you've enjoyed the cast of The Holiday, and we'll see you next week. Next time, maybe we should decide this off the podcast, but are we doing a TV show next, or are we going to pick a movie? How do you guys want to do that?
We can pick off the podcast. It's like secret. I'm like, shh, no, we'll pick off the podcast.
So
no, we'll go on our big list.
Come back next time to find out what we'll be recasting next on Take 3. It's bye-bye.
Bye for now.